Hello, my friends, family, dreamers, healers, transformers, seekers, those that are just wondering how how are we getting by in these times? How are we going to make it through when we are caught in the outer reality, when we're not watching our inner, following our inner divine compass, that of following our North Star, which is following our heart, the center of our heart, our inner heart, our the divine intuition, the voice of God, the small, still voice that we hear when we're in our quiet time, as opposed to the loud, noisy ego voice that part of us that is screaming for whatever help or answers or guidance. Why is it so different than it used to be? Why is the world so different? Scary now. Or we're just not sure. We're just not sure, right? What's going on? We just want to, as they say, make a better life for our children and our families and our loved ones and our generations. The world, of course, the school systems, the medical system, the financial system, the spirituality, being at peace with how we know God, and how we love the universe and the flow. And yeah, it's changing because it's upgrading. We're all upgrading now. Our DNA is upgrading. There's a transformation going on, right? Even this eclipse was a very transformative moment. It wasn't just an ordinary eclipse. It was a some say a doorway to a catapulting us into the next dimensional expression, next dimensional experience that a lot of people have been talking about in the spiritual circles. It seemed to really kick in. It seemed to really happen over this eclipse. And since then, people are going into bliss moments. People are going into ecstasy. They're seeing things. Even myself, I'm seeing things differently. I was seeing things like surreal, or like everything's just a slight bit off. A lot of synchronicities happening, but it's beautiful too. I mean, it's not bad. It's beautiful. It's just different. It's like, wow. And I'm not a fearful person about what the future holds. So it was just interesting, observing, watching. And we're going to see more and more changes. We're going to see more and more transformations this year. We're going to see more and more of the darkness being exposed in those places that have been godless in this world. And that which we've betrayed us, or we bought into, or that which we gave our power to, or idolization of other beings through the screens, through the televisions, media, movies. And yeah, there's a whole plan. It's called the divine plan, the great galactic earth transforming divine plan, where we're rising from this place into a higher dimensional expression, which is Whew. Age of Aquarius, the seventh and permanent golden age, the sixth sun, the Mayan calendar, the new Mayan calendar started. That started in 2012, but and that was 26,000 year cycle. It ended, and it's the sixth sun, the Mayans, new age, a higher vibration. A lot of the kids that are coming in now are higher vibrational, sensitive, frequency, empathic, feel, sense, know, see, and sense a frequencies that where other people rarely sense. It's just how they're wired. It's they have another strand of DNA, or they have the inner codes, something activated when they came in. They call star seeds, indigo children, crystal children, sunshine children. They are wisdom. They're teaching their families. They're teaching their parents. You know, parents are fighting. The kids set them down, and they point out immediately, "You did this. You did this because of this, and you did that. You react, and this is all you got to do to let it all go. Transform it." And the parents are listening. They don't tell you that. You know, you're not going to hear that public, but it's true. They are, because they're the higher beings that God promised to come in at this time, in this generation. The native Lakota people had a prophecy a couple hundred years ago, and they said 7 generations from now, when the times are the hardest, there's going to be a generation born that are going to be the reincarnation of the great ones. They're going to be the angelics. They're going to be the higher dimensional. They're going to be the higher star beings coming in to help us and to usher in a whole new day. And that generation has been being born now. It's called the 7th generation. The Lakota prophecy is called. It's called the prophecy of the 7th generation. And it's been quite a while now, 20 years probably, or more. And I've been lucky enough to work with these kids, work with kids in trouble with the law, work with handicapped children, disabled children, that is, kids medically fragile with organ transplant or missing limbs or quadriplegic, and work with all these types of kids. And I just bring my love and try to sync up to their love and let them feel okay in this world, safe and beautiful. They're here for a reason. They're wonderful and they're safe. The kids I work with. And we pray for the lost children that are missing around the world, children that are starving and put in sweatshops, slavery, and things like that. And we know that the Alliance of Light, the higher beings, there's Alliance of Light that's connected to the military, the positive military, the wisdom beings, the spiritual realms that have all aligned to go and find out a lot of missing children that were underground in these bunkers in these underground cities and military bases. Yeah, they've been taken out. The bad guys have been taken out. The children have been rescued. This has been going on for 10 years. 2018 or 20, one of those under China Lake, California, under a military base. They recovered like 2,500 children. If you don't know about this, I'm sorry, but you got to look it up on BitChute or Telegram or someplace that's not controlled by the mainstream. Well, anyways, these 2016, the administration that was in power then, they said all the military were then trained. The majority of the military were trained for underground warfare. Yeah. And so, who were these people that were taking them underground? Well, you could simply say minions of Satan. You could simply say the deep state, the cabal, the bad guys, the drug runners, the cartel type. And who were their leaders? Well, all the way up to the demonics. Some say the reptilians. We don't know. Archons. We don't know exactly, because it's all hearsay. But you hear it a lot. So just remember, that the change is happening, and it's a little slower on 3D. It's not as fast, so it takes more time. The war has been won on the higher quantum levels already. We're just finishing living out this dream of the hardship, some say a terribleness that this earth has been, of what, you walk around in this beautiful nature out here and everything's good, right? You think, yeah, life's good. But there's an underbelly, right? There's up, there's down in the dualistic world, but we're even transcending the dualistic world. We're rising into the fifth dimension, the higher states of consciousness, where that separation between dark and light, that separation between up and down, right and wrong, or polar opposites, the extremes, the hemispheres of the brain are all coming back together into a oneness. The pineal gland, the pituitary, crown chakra, to the sun, to the central sun, North Star of, following our God consciousness. And that's happening for people. People are going through their purging. They're purging out their old beliefs. They're purging out their old, the sun flares, the massive sun flares, and all these things that has all been designed. Like I say, it's the great design that we're under now. It's prophesied, and our cells are being cleansed just from the sun, just from the high vibrational Schumann resonance. You see the spikes of the solar flares and the massive bursts of cosmic energy coming through. It's hard to comprehend, yeah. How is that even possible? It's sci-fi. Well, pretty much sci-fi if you think about it. Between the AI and the belief in the UFOs consciousness, and the future tech that's all here, from the quantum, the med beds, quantum technologies, to all these things that they're discovering, science discovering every day, more and more, new. And knowing that there's 200 million galaxies, 200 million universes, 200 million stars in each one, kind of thing. Something, I heard that once, similar, and to think we're the only ones in this universe. The arrogance of the human, and the littleness of our religion, or the littleness of our beliefs, the littleness of our mind without expanded consciousness, God consciousness, the spirit within, the I am presence within, linking up to all that is. And besides imagination, it's realizing, of course, it's endless space. So there's endless beings. Some people say that we have, other aspects to ourselves. Archangel Michael said when we came down into this realm, we had to leave. We were great beings, and we had to leave all these parts of ourselves out there in the universe, because to fit into this realm, into this belief system, into this consciousness of what this DNA, the limitedness that they had us under, 2 strands of DNA. And now's the time where it's all starting to awaken. every cell, every cell. We're calling the stuff back in consciously. We're consciously expanding into the higher dimension. We call that sun in. And we breathe it into our third eye, and we breathe it into our heart. We breathe it into every cell of our body, 70 trillion. Ascended Master teaching says 70 trillion suns blazing in our body, central suns. You know how we're really a light body. You know, this you know, quantum physics and all that says we're 99.9% empty space, the cell. You know, and well, even if people don't believe that, science proved that we're 70% water. Do you see 70% water here? Well, I guess got to believe. So, and he said, Archangel Michael in the writings said that, and now through our consciousness, through our dream state, through our doing healing, doing ceremony, doing deep prayer, and all the different things that we're calling back. You know, a lot of people it's done subconsciously, but there's a lot of us and we know how to do it consciously. We're calling these parts, the lost, lone, or stolen parts of ourself. It's called soul retrieval. We're calling it back, calling it back, calling it back. And all you got to do is do a little ceremony for yourself and call it all back. Call it back, call it back, call it back. Fill yourself with energy. Imagine your emotional, your mental, your etheric, and your physical bodies fill with light, fill with 70 trillion suns. Filled with cosmic rays. You're a light body. Every being on the planet is light body. Every animal, tree, plant, rock, soil, crystal, sky is a light being. And what does that tell us? That everything is energy. What does that tell us? We're all God consciousness. We're all connected. There's no separation. I am another you. Namaste. Ahomita Kriyase. We're all relatives. I'm at the park today and I'm doing artwork. I'm creating a staff and I'm painting it the colors of the sunset. Red, orange, yellow, some green, brown, blue, that purple look, and gold on the top. It's beautiful. I'll show it to you when it's done. Got all these feathers. I got bells on it. It's really a work of art. I love making it for people, and every once in a while I'll make one. Somebody wants to trade me or purchase one from me. They take me a while to make, and they're very, very heartfelt. Leather and fringe, and beads, and It was fun. It was very relaxing. I mean, I'm feeling the density of the eclipse. I'm feeling the density of the times after this. I feel my body feels like it's full of inflammation. It feels like it's stuffed, stuck. It feels like I, need to release a ton of energy somehow. Even though I've been to the gym and been sweating inside there. Steam. There's a sauna. Getting out in the nature. It's just the nature of what we're going through. We're purging and purging and purging. We don't even know what we're purging. All of us are going through it, each in our own way. So don't feel crazy. Don't feel sick. Don't feel bad. It's called ascension symptoms. Every imaginable thing you could have a symptom about, of a sickness, of a flu-like symptoms, or your ears ringing, or your eyesight, or your teeth, or your muscles, or your organs. It's before we would all say, yeah, it's health, it's natural health. Yeah, 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 yeah. But today we understand that we are quantum beings, that we are, cellular. We are light beings, really, and that all the illnesses connect to emotions. Anger, cancer does connect to anger, and it affects the liver. The heart, this broken heart, that's sadness, and the lungs are about grief and sadness and depression. And there's exercises to do to clear these out. The solar plexus, stomach, spleen, gallbladder is about the negative. On the negative, or what needs to be cleared out, is obsession and compulsion. Kidneys are fear. So each of these all have a positive. So the lungs, as you breathe out the grief and sadness, depression, you're breathing in courage, and those colors that go with us. This is Taoist practices from ancient China, Taoism, Master Mantak Chia, called the inner smile. And as you release all that with breath work, and you breathe it back in, let's say into your lungs, you smile to the lungs, and you breathe in this white light of courage. And you do that 3, 6, 9 or more times by the 3. So then the heart is pain, suffering, and cruelty. That's what you feel. You can feel in the heart if your heart's that close. People that closed. You breathe that out, and then you breathe in the color of a pink ray, and of course that's unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, pure love. Goddess, God, love, right? And the liver is anger, and you breathe it out. See all this darkness leaving the liver, and then you breathe in this green energy of kindness. This beautiful spring green, light green. You breathe in and you fill it all. Smile to the liver. Breathe in kindness. Solar plexus, you. You breathe out the obsession, compulsion, and you press in on the stomach, and you smile. You breathe in a blue light. You breathe in contentment. So contentment is the opposite of obsession, compulsion. Kidneys is fear. You gradually rise up and you press out the cold energy of fear. And there's a sound that goes with them. Look up Mantak Chia. It's called the inner smile. The inner smile. Mantak Chia, like chia seeds. And there's a sound that goes with it. And there's, for each of these organs, there's a sound. So you see the coldness and the shadow of fear leaving you, your kidneys. And you breathe in a pink, golden, orangey, bright color. And the quality, the positive quality is fortitude, inner strength. You fill the kidneys. You do all these 3, 6, or 9 times. So I believe there's a couple more. Pineal and pituitary. It's a brilliant white light. View yourself with a brilliant white light and golden light. You breathe out all this stress out of your brain, all this overthinking, all this shadow, smoke, dark energy out of your brain. You breathe in this golden white, brilliant white light of clarity, illumination, and purity. Clarity, illumination, and purity in your thought forms, and your thoughts, in your thinking process, in your mind, your higher mind, your third eye, pineal, pituitary, corpus callosum, crown chakra, brainstem, frontal lobes, I'm playing the back of the drum because it's really dry today, so it's high pitched. I like the little deeper sound. Yahweh ha hey Yahweh ha hey hi Yahweh ha hey ha hey hey Yahweh ha hey ya ha hey hi ya hey hey ha wa na ha hey ha ho ne ne na ha na manaki ne shine ne ho na makane o na ne ha na makana o shi ne ka amono Hona ni ne na na mano kene ne o shishne ekene amachane ane shne ne hona na makene ekishne ne ne anema akana ene ne o shne na 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 o shne ne 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 na makana ma akamana ne ma Hohune ene moha ish ne hona ma kana ne na mana ko na ne na 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 ho shine ne na 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 no na 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 ne na 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 ne na o kana ne na mana ko shine ne na 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 ne no ne no Na 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 Oh, 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 oh. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. Yo, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey. Hey, ho, 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 hey, ho, ho, hey. Hey, ho, hey, hey, ho, ho, hey, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, Sun is setting over here, Central Florida. Notice I was able to get 4 sounds out of that. That spirit working, moving through, as always. Love you all. Show you around for a minute. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ha. Hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ha. Hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ha. Way, ho, hey, ho, hey, oh. Oh, bless you all. Love and light. Happiness, healing. Trust the process. Let it go. Find something every day you can detox with. Salt bath or a walk or a jog or lemon juice in the morning or a smoothie or be free, my friends. Deep breathing, breath exercises. Just get back to yourself, get centered, and you'll know. You'll know. We all know this amazing goodness is happening. Freedom, grace, oneness, harmony, wisdom, understanding, inner standing, love.